Here, set it down. Uh-oh, pick it up. Go stink. Oh, go stinker. Go, you did a TikTok? Woo! Good job. Do a TikTok, right? Tell him again. Tell him come do a TikTok. Hey. Oh. Hey. Come on, Stinker. Woo. Go, Stinker. Go, Stinker. Woo.
Okay, let's get it started. I'm gonna do something that I hate people doing. I gotta take a swig. You know, you talk a lot, your mouth gets a little parched, but hold on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another edition of This Is Recorded podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, give me your energy. How are you feeling? I'm feeling 1,000 times better than the last podcast. I don't know what had me. I think it was kind of like a flu or something. Everybody be safe out there. Protect yourself. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Stay clean. Wear your mask where you feel like it's a little dirty vibe or a bunch of people. Do whatever you got to do to stay healthy. Take your vitamins. Work out. Everything. Keep some little stuff. Stock up on stuff now. A little cold and flu stuff or a leave, whatever you need, just in case it gets even wilder. But I've heard there's something out there. I heard it's going crazy. So just stay safe, y'all. Because when you down and out, man, I think I wrote it on Twitter, man. I'm telling you, you catch a little head cold, you be feeling like you on your last leg. Your whole life start flashing before you. But how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing well. And I hope you guys are grateful, man. Like, man, I'm just like, it's a lot of confusion out in the world. It's a lot of people down. A lot of people go through seasonal depression around this time, things like that. But I guess the way my brain works to keep me wired and to keep me protecting myself from hurt, harm, or danger is that I kind of do a good job of ignoring bad stuff and focusing on good things. And I've just been thinking recently about things that I'm really grateful for. And I mean, number one is the love of my family. Absolutely number one is the love of my wife, man. She's honestly my best friend. I thought cliches are stupid, especially when it comes to marriages and stuff, but she's honestly my best friend. The greatest thing that ever happened to me. Got some good family. I got you guys, the supporters, the Aunt Rosas, the D-Merricks, the Dukes, my moms, everybody that watches every week and enjoys it, man. My boy Skis, my boy John, everybody that's been on before. Shout out to my boy Edo, man. Everybody, man. Alton, thank you all for helping and supporting me. I'm very, very reflective and thankful for growth in my life. I see so much growth in myself. I've grown and I feel like a lot of people, especially when you're younger, you feel weird about age and getting older and each year and you feel like, oh, I'm old now. But man, you should be excited. You should be happy. There's so many things you've seen. There's so many things you to live through. But the number one of all is so much growth you have in yourself that you can see in yourself over time. So I'm just overwhelmingly thankful for growth and seeing 10 years ago, I don't think you could become the person you are today. Maybe 10 months ago, you were going through something bad. You never thought you was going to make it out, but you did. And that's just amazing. So growth is just something I'm thankful for. And really and truly, man, especially as a young black man, young black married couple, for me and my wife buying a home at the age of 27, thank God, and then seeing how rough it is right now and how expensive things are right now, to buy a home in 2015 and see the worth of it now and see how it works. And it's just real estate is the oldest form. If you want to keep some money and you got a couple dollars, real estate, owning land and not making no more land or having a home or something like that it's just amazing to have. Like, literally, the value goes up from you living in it, even if it's a bad area. Like, I think about all the time, like in Brooklyn, if you owned a place around the projects, a home, rather than in the projects, especially when my family lived, like Fort Greene and the Farragut area, if you owned a home there, it's walking distance from the Barclays Center where Brooklyn Nets play, where all the top artists and stuff play at. So if you owned a home there, it's way more than it was in the 80s and 90s where people like, I wouldn't even go over there or want to be seen around there. It's like literally millions. I mean, when people may have paid 100,000 or something, I don't know how much it was. I don't know all of that, but I'm sure in the 90s or 80s it wasn't that much. But if you sat on it 30 years from now, you paid it, you own it, and now you can sell it, you making all the money in the world, basically. Congratulations to you if you were able to do that. But really, it's just a blessing to have a home, to own a home, and and it's really paying for something just mentally too. Like, it's good. Renting and stuff is good for when you have to rent and you in that situation. But when you're able to get a chance to buy, no matter how big or small, when you be able to sit on it and have something, it's great. But the thing about life is we all in different places, we all in different directions, but just growth. And when you see growth and when you have that opportunity, no matter when in your life, to own anything, to own something and watch the value of it grow up, it'll make you feel amazing. Also, shout out to my lighting, man. I'm getting better at this lighting stuff, man. This is recorded, man. I want to go into production. I love this podcasting game. If you know somebody in the Atlanta area, or, I mean, if I can help you over the phone, want to get set up with some podcast stuff, holla at your boy. I want to do some production, do some things with podcasts. I love this podcast game, man. I also love Harry Potter. And I feel like a Harry Potter poser because I still don't know a lot. I did not read the books. I just watched the movies. And you will be embarrassed to know that the first movie I did see was The Goblet of Fire. And The Goblet of Fire is literally like the fourth movie or a fifth movie or something in the series. So it's like, okay, so you didn't read the books and then you watched the fourth movie. Sounds kind of dumb. I know it does. But that was a movie I seen and I was like, wow, this is... And I feel like it was cool too because like the movie changed drastically, I think around that time. Maybe before in The Prisoner of Azkaban's, which is a lot of people's favorite. The Goblet of Fire is mine just because that's the one I seen and really got introduced in the world. Nevertheless, I went to a Harry Potter experience. Right now it's in Atlanta. I don't know if it's a traveling kind of thing. Shout out to G Merrick and Rachel. I know you guys love Harry Potter. But it's going on right now in Atlanta, and it's interactive, and it tell you about the movie. It has some things from the movie. I mean, and it's just a nerd's paradise, man. And then, you know what? Shout out to nerds. Like, I realize that I'm a rap nerd. I love to know, like, who made the song, a rap and business nerd, like who made the song, do you own the song, like the lyrics, what do the lyrics mean, where, like back in the day, they used to tell you exactly where they recorded songs at, like in Miami, and they literally will tell you the street. I guess they had to credit the place where they made it at. I used to love finding that out. I used to love, for all of us old heads, the credits back in the day. You look and they say, oh, I want to thank this person, that person. And that's where it really shows you too, where like music now is a little bit disposable because it's like, you just make it, you put it on the phone, it streams, you don't get physical. It's not like art anymore, but they bringing back vinyls and stuff to kind of make some ways of making money. But I'm a sports nerd, the documentary. I love knowing about people. So podcasts is great for me and documentaries are great for me. I just love stuff like that. So I'm a nerd for that and I love it, man. I just feel like in life you have to really go towards the things you like, no matter how weird it is, as long as it's legal. You really just gotta go into it and say, hey, I love this. So I went to the Harry Potter experience. I definitely got swindled out of a picture because it was $27 for a picture and a frame that I know costs all of like probably $4. 5 if I'm being generous. But when you have like memories and you have a time in your life, you just want it and it's just special. And everybody should do more things, man, that makes them feel special. And like I said in the previous podcast before, you have to do things in your life to make you look forward to doing something. You got next week and this day, having a calendar is good. My wife has a million planners. Having things like that, a book you want to get to, even a video game, whatever it is, you got to just have things to look forward to. I'm telling you, it does wonders in my life. It makes me feel great. I mean, even like a cheat day, if you're doing that type of thing. All of that, man, it just makes me feel amazing. So, like, after listening to this podcast, watching this YouTube, whatever, go out and, make some plans for the upcoming week and make some plans for Friday, a couple days from now, or a month from now. Just have some things to look forward to. The Harry Potter experience was great. Might put a couple clips in here. I don't want to put the whole thing, of course, because it's, you need to go see it for yourself. But just really enjoying life and nerding out on stuff that you love, man. Like, it's so many things now. It's podcasts, it's events, it's Harry Potter experience. There's so many things now that when anything that you possibly love, they're going to have something for it now. They're going to have a community for it. They're going to have a podcast about it. I just got on Reddit. Like, Reddit seems cool. They have people talk about it, and it's real in-depth and stuff about things. So just literally just have things to look forward to, have fun in this life, and quality time. Just, make sure every week, and probably at least, for everybody that works Monday through Friday, have those 2 days or at least 1 day or whenever you can get, or after work, whatever, to just have some quality time, whether you're married or you have kids or this or that. Have something, maybe an hour. I think that's why people love working out or this or that. Have something completely to yourself that you enjoy doing, that you have peace, that your family or your spouse or whoever will allow you to just have that time to yourself and have peace and enjoy yourself and just love it, man. It's just like the podcast bring me peace. Finding this time, I just like enjoy talking to people or even talking to myself, and then having this podcast community. Yeah, I just enjoy stuff like that. A good cheat day to just sit down. I love to sit down and eat. I've never been big on eating in the bed and stuff like that. To sit down and really enjoy a meal, enjoy your favorite food, and maybe you somewhere that got a good vibe, stuff like that. Just have that time. And what's beautiful too about the way I work now, working 312s, I have 4 days off. So I just have so much time for the little things, like even to look up something stupid or go and watch old movies and things like that. Like, I have so much time on my hands because I carved that way out of life. I dealt with life and figured that way out in life, where I work these 312s and I can make these things happen for myself. So it's just amazing. So for me, man, quality time, find you some quality time, some you time, at least an hour or something like that. Anytime, go for a walk, whatever it is you like to do, paint, try something new. I'm into trying new foods a lot now. Like, I'm very boring with my food. Usually I just get the same thing or something. But like, when you go to a nice restaurant, like whatever their special is or what they might be known for, or you heard of it and it's new, try it. Do just whatever it is. And looking forward to something. Also, going to see, got my tickets already for the new Black Panther movie. At first I wasn't that excited. I wasn't going to be honest, because of the fact that, Chadwick Boseman's not going to be in it. I don't know what direction it's taking. And, I know it's going to be pretty sad. But one guy that I'm just completely amazed about, I love to give out flowers, especially while people are still living on here, is Ryan Coogler, the director of the first Black Panther, this one, also Fruitvale Station, also the first Creed. He's just an amazing guy. And it's just a short amount of time. It's like, I get, of course, music and movie is different, but he's a person that in a short amount of time, he blew up quick, but it's still like he crafts his stuff and directs his movies very well, very smooth. And one thing I love, I got to get to Oakland too, man. he's a guy from Oakland, and he's himself. You know, when he goes on these interviews and stuff, he can't hide it because that's really what he is. He's from Oakland. He can't hide it. He's himself. He just brings himself when he talks to people. He don't know what fronting is. Like, just like when I said I went to New Orleans, I don't think they know what like being bougie or whatever it is. They just themselves. They used to that. I think Oakland has that in them too. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that. You know, it's just having these things. Might go to the getaway house again. It's just having these things to look forward to. It just energizes you and make you feel good because, you know, it's very easy for us to be in our heads and be like, it's just another day, you know, nothing special. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go home. Stuff like that. Like, when you get there, you can get into that depressed bag. You can get into that, you know, sad talk and things like that. And things ain't going well for me. And things will never go well for me. But when you have things to look forward to, it kind of, you got to trick your mind. You got to play this game with your mind. It kind of block that, you know, great defense. And you block that right out your head of like, look, we can't focus on no sad stuff because, like, hey, we got a movie to go see. We got this to go see. Got this to go do. So, you know, find that. Look, have something to look forward to. Have that quality time that we talked about to figure out whatever it is you choose to do, man. I kind of, for me too, what it is that I get in my head about a lot of stuff and, like, you know, when it's time to work out, it's like, oh, you could do this, you could do that, you could do a little workout, you could go here, you could go here. Or it's like, hey, after I do the workout, after I finish the podcast, right now, I'm in this zone right now doing the podcast and I feel euphoric. I feel great. You know, it's just like, hey, you did it and you wanted to do it, but you have to trick your mind because your mind is a very powerful tool. The human body, for me as a whole, like, if we could see the things it does for us daily, I think we would treat it better, but we don't. So it usually works kind of great for us. Our bodies is kind of like an iPhone. It kind of, you can have an old one forever. Maybe you have to get a new battery or something, but for the most part, it works great. So, you know, you don't really treat it that well. You get walk around with a cracked iPhone, but you know, we really just gotta enjoy our life. Dedicate ourselves to our happiness, dedicate ourselves to fixing what we do wrong and the things that really bother us and just live this life fully, man. And one thing I also wanted to talk about, you know, with money and finances too, for a long time, I think y'all like this one. I know my Aunt Roz does. The post-traumatic growth disorder. I had post-traumatic growth disorder for a long time. Like, I really felt for a long time, even though you have some money saved up, you kind of been doing nice things, I still would feel like, I don't really know if I should do that. I don't know if I should really spend $20, $30 on a shirt or this or that. But it's something you really want and then it passes you by or you miss the sale and you're like, damn, man, I could have did it. Or most of the things that I buy now or trips that we go on, it's like, damn, we could have been did this, but we never did. Hold on, let me see if Alabama's about to lose. Yep, they just lost. Wow. Is it a death of the dynasty? You know, I don't know. But I digress. Anyway, I was talking about, you know, with money and stuff like that. Even if, hey, Alabama's your favorite team, LSU, they just play Alabama. It's probably the first time they beat Alabama in forever and stuff like that. So it's just like, hey, I really want to go to this game. Let's go, because the thing is, you can go with your nephew, you can go with your grandpa, you can do these different things and you'll never get that back. You can make that money up again and stuff like that, but the memories you build, I spend my money on memories. A lot of people may spend it on things, you know. They say for black people, we wear our wealth. We wear jewelry, we wear Jordans, different things like that. But for me personally, I think memories is the best thing you can spend your money on because they're in your head and they can't go nowhere. Nobody can take it from you. You might go selling your Jordans. You might go selling your jewelry. You can't sell the beautiful memories you had in another country or another place, or this happened there, or this happened there, and that. You can't sell that even if you wanted to. That's saving yourself from yourself because the memories, you can't even sell that. So for me, it's like when it comes to money, try to find that balance in your life. Of course, you know, like talked about this also on a previous podcast. When you have to think about it too hard, it's probably like, hey, you probably shouldn't do that. Like if your bills might be late because you want to do something, it's completely on you because I never judge. But you need that place to stay. So it's like, okay, well maybe I can't go this month, but maybe in 3 months I can do it. Something like that. You work that thing out in your head and you figure it out. You figure out a way to make it happen. But in life though, it's a lot of people that's saving up money and it could die tomorrow. And then it's like, well, what did you save it for? Some people are saving it for their families and things like that. But also people have life insurance. So that takes away and gives money to their family and stuff like that. Shout out to me. Also up my life insurance stuff, man. You want to make sure when you leave this earth, your family's okay, nobody's worrying, and they have time to grieve. And I think a little financial blanket will give them that time to grieve and just like try to figure out life without you here on earth. That was my little sad, morbid thing, but get you some life insurance, man. It's very, very important. Give your family that time to like take in that you are no longer here and give them that peace of like, hey, I have a little money that I could, like I left a little money for them where they can be okay for a little while and they can grieve me and learn how to figure out life without me here. That got dark. Let's bring it up a little bit. And I can't really say it got dark. It's just being honest. These things that we need to, especially in the black community, at least once a year, we need to carve out. Once a year, we need to carve out maybe whatever time that is. What is your plans for when you pass, especially as people get older or people get different illnesses? And once a year, we need to go and say, hey, because nobody likes to talk about it. So if we only do it one time a year, I think that's enough. So if we can go and say, hey, are you still want to go forward with this kind of way after you pass? And some people say, yeah. Some people, life goes on, life changes. You might want to tweak some things. So we live life like that. And this is recorded important tip. But the main thing was about money and finances, and it was about making sure you live your life. Live it fully, because we don't know. We only get one life that we know of, and in this body, in this form, in this mind right now, let's live it to the fullest. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's travel or whatever it is. But I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make this bold statement. Travel is the biggest thing you could have in your life, because it makes memories, and they can't take memories from you. They can take everything else from you. But I'm telling you, even when you see these stars and stuff like that, at one time, and they out of all the juries and things like that and everything they had, at one time they had the hottest song. They had the whole crowd. They had people run into them, stuff like that. They had the memories. Of course, they had a house and stuff like that, but the love they got from just having that one big song, I'm sure it just was the biggest drug, the highest drug. It was something really, really amazing. So be smart with your money, but also live, man. Learn how to balance it. Learn how to live in that middle ground, where you saving or you're having a good time, but you also not blowing your money. Find that middle ground. Find that gray area, if you will. A lot of things I've been seeing too, and I mean, it's a lot of things I want to do in this world, and I guess I'm speaking codes and things like that. But in life, don't show your hand, because in life, get that this is recorded pillow right there. Yes, sir. In life, you just don't want to show your hand. When you want to be an artist, when you want to do a podcast, when you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to help your community, you want to do certain things, just do it quietly and craft out a way where it's going to work. And while you're working on it, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but in life, don't show your hand, meaning whatever you intend to do in this life, do it quietly, do it consistently, and always try to get better. Whether it's helping your community, whether it's rap, whether it's whatever. Because there will be a lot of doubters. There will be a lot of deflectors for people. Seeing that what you're doing is good. Just like for me with this podcast. If I have a podcast and I just bash people or talk about what's going on in Atlanta and go out and search the crazy stuff and look for drama, I'm sure the podcast will grow and be big and this. But for the things that I want to do, and you will see one day when as the podcast gets bigger and different things in my life change, you will just see it. I won't have to tell you about it. You'll see it. I mean, if you've been following this podcast journey, you've seen the growth in it already. You've seen we got 4K camera video, we got GoPros, we got better audio. The sound used to be terrible. We got different programs. We upgrade and we do better. But in life, I see, especially in the black community, it's a lot of people, that want to show their hands, or, it's a lot of us in the community that want to do it for you to view it and for you to see it. But, some of the greatest things in life, like RIP to Takeoff, is very unfortunate, a rapper from the Migos. You hear all these great things. I heard about Metro Boomin, his mom passed, and, Takeoff wrote something and he said, I don't even know what to say, but I say, I hope you find understanding different things. And then he said something, he sent him a Bible verse. Nobody really knew much about Takeoff. They knew he was the youngest. They knew he was, like, for a lot of people, the best rapper out of the Migos, but he never flaunted it. He never pushed it. And I was very thankful Noriega, gave him his flowers and said, he's like, you rapping on here like you got something to prove on the latest album, things like that. It's just a beautiful thing when people have so much to say and so many great things about you when you're gone. And, a lot of people fake praise you because you up and you big right now. But if you down or you ain't got no money or you losing things, people don't want nothing to deal with you. But when people say all these great things about you after you gone, that's what counts. Like I said before on another podcast, there's a theme. Bob Marley said, I could never die because my music and my spirit and the vibes and the things I put out in this world will live forever. We want to live a life where we live forever. Takeoff, the way he impacted people and just, they always say he was a happy spirit and things like that. It will live forever. Make sure you live a life that lives forever. But don't show your hand. Just go out and do it. Because when you show your hand, I don't know cards, but, if you playing Uno, I know that game. If you have that draw 4 wild card and it's your last card, you pretty much know it's over. But if you flaunting and you snickering and you doing this and you doing that, people around you playing the game is going to plot on you. People are going to look at you funny. They're like, something's up. But when you don't say nothing, you play it cool, you win the game. Win the game of life. That's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to be happy, man. And I really want you to really sit back and enjoy your life. Enjoy the people around you. Because like I said, as you see in the media every day and your social medias every day, people are dying around us at a rapid race, physically, as far as their body not being here anymore, but also mentally. You see a lot of the top artists or actresses or actors and different things, they kind of losing it. And they lose it in front of your eyes and it seems funny. I mean, rest in peace. I just seen that Aaron Carter, just passed away today, and it's just like you seen him just be troubled, all the way up until now, his death. It's just like you see these things happening. So just be appreciative for the life that you have. Be appreciative that you were able to even watch this video. You have time after this. You can go do whatever you want. You free. You're not in jail. You may have a couple dollars in your pocket. You at least have a phone. It's so many things we could be appreciative of. But we have this thing in our minds, where it's just like, everything's going bad around me. When things are rough, none of us are appreciative. None of us are happy. Everything's going to shit around us. And that's not true. If you're watching it, that's not true. You got a lot to live for. Just look around and you'll find it. And I just love y'all. I really thank y'all for tuning in. I feel so much better. I had a great workout today. That new Drake and 21 Savage had me pumped up. But enjoy your life. Enjoy every moment. I speak into existence. This week, you find out everything and be happy for everything and how far you came in life. And just be happy. Simple. I speak into existence this week. You be happy no matter what life throws at you. Peace and blessings. And this is recorded. The different ones of Potter. Expectum Patronum!